Hey, it's Beck here. I'm one of the nutritionists at Informed Health, and today's video is on Are you stress eating? Today I'm going to share with you 3 things that we explore with our clients and in the Love Your Gut in the Stress Less program that helps our clients discover why they may be stress eating so that they can explore and overcome their stress eating. So we do work with lots of people on this. The number one thing that we start with is asking our clients if they are deprived. If you are feeling deprived or you believe that you're depriving yourself, you're more likely to stress eat because it's sort of a story that we're telling ourselves. So we tell ourselves different stories all the time. And if you're telling yourself these sorts of things, I'm feeling deprived, this is really hard, I'm missing out, there's nothing I can eat, and you're really into that diet culture language, then you are more likely to stress eat. Because I kind of believe we're all teenagers at heart and we rebel against ourselves. So if we're constantly telling ourselves, no, I'm feeling restricted, I'm depriving myself, eventually you will rebel against yourself and you will turn towards those foods. So be really mindful of the story that you're telling yourself and the language that you're using. Because if you change the way you talk and think about food, you're less likely to use it to deal with your stress. So I've got the examples in front of me I will be reading off. So a lot of people say things like, this is really hard, I'm missing out, there's nothing I can eat, I have no self-control, I have no discipline. And that's why they truly believe that they're not succeeding when they may be changing their food. A lot of people are in the mindset of, I've ruined my diet, so just wait till Monday. So they don't wait till the next meal, they just continue to eat on that stress cycle. What we like to encourage our clients to do is to change that language around food and around the diet culture so that they're more likely to embrace a new way of eating and not feel deprived. Because when we're telling ourselves these stories and using that language, it's really hard to continue with these things. So the types of language that we like to use is I'm embracing a healthy lifestyle and nourishing way of eating. It's so different hearing it like that, isn't it? Instead of saying, oh, this is really hard, I'm on a diet, I'm missing out. If you say I'm embracing a new way of eating and I'm nourishing my body, it feels completely different. It takes the pressure off you. Quite often we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to do things, but when we start to change the way we talk about it, it really does start to take the pressure off. Other things that we get our clients to focus on and say is I'm nourishing myself and I'm learning to listen to my body. I'm enjoying trying new foods and recipes. I feel satisfied for longer and I'm no longer hungry all the time. And that's going to come on to my second point. There's also a way that we can talk about if we do stuff up as such, for lack of a better term. Sometimes we do think, oh, I'm going to go wait till Monday, like what I was saying. But sometimes we do eat those sorts of foods that may not be on the plan or in the scheme of things. But that's okay. So another way to put it is I ate some food today, they're not nourishing for me or don't sit well with my body. Because what we're trying to do is get you to connect with your body, listen to your body and connect with what foods feel right for you. So if you're connecting with your body and you notice that that food isn't right for you, that's okay. But it's about adjusting it there and then, not waiting till Monday. And a big thing to really recognize is that yes, that may have happened today, but that's okay. I'll continue to eat nourishing way most of the time. Not all is lost. I'm human and we are human. Try not to beat yourself up about it and try not to feel guilty because we are all human and there's going to be times when we eat foods that maybe make us feel not the best. And that is okay. So if you're in that mindset, not only of embracing a new way of eating, nourishing your body, but also taking the shame and guilt away from eating, you're so much more likely to avoid stress eating and you're not going to go towards those foods. The second one, so these points will be a bit quicker. I feel like I elaborated a lot on that first one. But the second thing to really reflect on is, are you hungry and that's why you're stress eating? Often if we're skipping meals or we're not balancing our blood sugar levels, we're not satisfying our appetite, it can lead to stress eating as well, because our body feels stressed because we're not getting the nutrition that we need. So ensure that you are getting protein with each meal and you're paying attention to the food that's going into your body. If we're very disconnected and we're not connecting and eating mindfully, then the proper signals for when we are full. So our body will release different signals when we're full, and they won't release properly and we won't be signaled properly if we're not paying attention. So eating mindfully is really important, as well as getting that protein with each meal, which keeps our blood sugar levels balanced. The third and probably the most deep thing to explore is, are you getting to that time of night? Because quite often a lot of people are getting to that time of night, and that's when they're doing their emotional eating or stress eating. And when things calm down and you're not feeling comfortable about being present with your thoughts. So food gives us short-term relief from stress and can help numb us. So if you're noticing that there's different thoughts and emotions that are coming up and you're not comfortable with them, are you using foods to numb yourself? That's a big question, and I think that's a very uncomfortable question for a lot of people, but we do use food to numb ourselves. So is it the language that you're using around food that is negative and we need to change it to positive way of thinking? Because when we're putting pressure and pressure language on the way that we're eating, then eventually we're going to rebel against ourselves and we're going to go in the opposite direction. Or is it that you aren't balancing your blood sugar levels, you're feeling hangry throughout the day and you need to satisfy your appetite more? That's a big one too. A lot of us don't realize what feeling full feels like, and we can feel quite hungry throughout the day because we're just not connecting the signals and connecting the dots with food. Or is it a tool to numb yourself because you've got a lot of emotions coming up, and that quite often happens at night? So reflect on those three things. Different emotions will arise, and sometimes we're not ready to actually deal with them, and that's when the emotional eating, the stress eating can come into play. So with all those three things that I chatted about, we do one-on-one sessions where we help a lot of people with stress eating and emotional eating. That is Fiona's realm, and she is working with a lot of clients at the moment, has limited spots for coaching if you need one-on-one advice. So you can book an appointment with Fiona online, and we do all our appointments online. So you can do a one-on-one session if you feel like you need one-on-one support. The other alternative is we have our online group program starting on the 20th of June called our Stress Less program. The Stress Less program is focusing on the mindset around our stress, around our food, and we're going into more details with these sorts of topics. So this is just the surface of this topic, but we go into more details in our online program. And in our online program, it's a 6-week program run in our Facebook group, and you have me and Fiona, who's the other nutritionist, who's a mind-body eating coach, to help you along your way, and you can ask questions throughout the whole 6 weeks, either in the group or you can private message us if it's a private matter, because sometimes talking about stress and emotional eating, we don't want to share it with everyone, but sometimes we do want to feel heard, so you can pick either way. So I'm going to pop these links for these two options. So option 1 is a one-on-one session. Option 2 is to do our online Stress Less program, which is a 6-week program run on our Facebook group. Our private Facebook group. I'll pop those links in if you're interested. If you want more information, comment below and ask me. All right, I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.